For number 10, we have Amber Rose. This model and rapper was once dating Kanye West between 2008 and 2010. In fact, she dated the rapper right before Kim, which is already a recipe for drama. In 2015, she tweeted to the famous family and referred to them as the Kardashians, which she has expressed as immature years later. But this is nothing compared to the deep history rooted between them, as Amber believes Kanye's album titled My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was about her, with some hinting that Kanye cheated on Amber with Kim. In 2012, Amber told the New York Post that Kanye can't be faithful, and it's not with just one person, but with a lot, before adding he's unfaithful with a lot of different women, and she just got to a point where her heart couldn't take it anymore. And in another interview with Star Magazine, she even called out Kim by her name and claimed that Kim is one of the main reasons why her and Kanye are not together, and labeled her as a homewrecker. At the time, Kim was dating Reggie Bush, as Amber suggests that both her and Reggie were being played by Kim and Kanye. Apparently, Kim would send pictures which we could only speculate to be suggestive to Kanye, and Amber found out, which of course angered her and told Kim to stop and not be that person. Kim allegedly never responded. However, over the recent years, Amber has actually seemed to be defending Kim in some situations, so maybe one day or even in a different universe things will be different. And for number 9, we have Pink. This artist is not only a very talented singer, but she's also a known women's rights activist. One particular incident where Pink called out Kim was following the birth of her second child, saying, "Following the birth of your child, many mothers may share pictures of their nursery or family bonding," but Kim posted a mirror selfie where she was seen wearing her birthday suit with black bars to cover just a sliver. She took it to Twitter to share her criticism, and she wrote, "Shout out to all the women across the world using their brains, their strength, their work ethic, their talent, their magic that they were born with, the only thing they possess. It may not ever bring you as much attention or banknotes as using your body, but women like you don't need that type of attention," before continuing her statement promoting self-respect and pride. For number 8, we have the Jenner kids. More specifically, Mason Disick, who was a son of Courtney and Scott, and Northwest, Kim and Kanye's daughter. Back in 2020, Scott and Courtney actually had to take down Mason's Instagram account after he was talking to fans and even spilled some of the family secrets. Rumors at the time were hinting at Kylie and Travis getting back together, so Mason took it as his responsibility to say that Kylie and Travis are not together on his livestream. And within hours, his parents took down his account, and within 24 hours, Mason set up a TikTok account where he live streamed some more. One viewer asked him where his Instagram account went, and he responded by saying it got deleted because he was too young. Because he went viral, before adding he would have had 2.7 million followers by now if the account was kept up. As of North, she of course is Kanye's daughter, so I can guess you can put the two dots together, as she is as outspoken as her father. In one scene featured in their reality show, Kim calls out North for telling Kendall that she hated her Met Gala outfit, as she told Kendall to her face that she loved it. And in another instance, Kim was filming a video for her Instagram story when you could hear North in the background question her mom about changing her voice while filming. Kim denied this, but Penelope was seen nodding her head, agreeing with North. She also recently went viral for ripping apart other celebrities' outfits from the Met Gala, even saying that Pete Davidson's outfit looked like he was going to the gas station. There is so much more these kids have shared, it honestly could be its own video itself. And for number 7, we have Rihanna. This one is honestly kind of funny because it seems like for years now, Rihanna has shown her dislike towards the family, more specifically Kendall Jenner. This first started in 2012 when Kendall tweeted, "If Rihanna does not perform Complicated tomorrow, I am gonna be very upset. #fave song." Rihanna saw this and responded by saying, "Well, don't come." And during the 2018 Met Gala, she even talked about Kendall's figure, calling her a stick figure. The singer has also accused Kendall of being a copycat trendsetter and has called the entire family privileged and entitled. Many speculate this hatred Rihanna has towards Kendall specifically is because both ladies have been tied to A$AP Rocky. They dated for a brief time that roughly started in mid-2016, and in July of 2017, the couple went public. But just a few months later, they called it quits, apparently over difficulties with scheduling. And if you don't know, A$AP Rocky and Rihanna were rumored to have first begun dating back in 2013, but it faded, and 7 years later, they were reunited. The rapper has often referred to Rihanna as the love of his life, as they have also welcomed 2 kids together. And for number 6, we have Lily Reinhart. This actress is best known for her role as Betty Cooper in Riverdale, and she has publicly spoken about her struggles with her own self-image, as she has experienced body dysmorphia, and she has voiced her frustrations with with the glorification of extreme thinness. And back in 2022, she wasn't afraid to voice her opinion on Kim Kardashian and her Met Gala outfit, which she wore Marilyn Monroe's iconic Happy Birthday, Mr. President sheer rhinestone-covered dress. Kim has openly admitted to having to lose 16 pounds in 2 to 3 weeks in order to even have a chance to squeeze into this dress that was not made for her body proportions. And Lily wasn't having it, as it appeared Kim was glorifying disordered eating. So the actress took it to her Instagram story, releasing a long statement with her opinions as she went off. She said what Kim did was so wrong and so effed up on hundreds of levels, before stating, to openly admit to starving yourself for the sake of the Met Gala when you know very well that millions of young men and women are looking up to you and listening to your every word. The ignorance is otherworldly and disgusting. Please stop supporting these stupid, harmful celebrities whose entire images revolve around their bodies. I am not generally an angry person, but I swear to God the toxicity in this industry sometimes really gets to me, and I have to do my little Instagram story rants to release my rage. And for number 5, we have Barack Obama. You heard me right, the former US president has even spoken up about the Kardashians. During an interview with Amazon, he was discussing the toxicity of today's pop culture when he mentioned the names of the Kardashians. He stated, there was not that window into the lifestyle of the rich and famous. Kids weren't monitoring every day what Kim Kardashian was wearing or where Kanye West was going on vacation, and thinking that somehow that was a mark of success. Obama then referenced his childhood by saying, I don't think people went around saying to themselves, I need a 10,000 square feet house. We weren't exposed to things we didn't have in the same way kids these days are. And according to US Magazine, he was previously quoted by Michelle saying he prefers his kids not to watch this reality TV family show. Back when Kris Jenner actually had a talk show, she used her platform to respond to his claims by sharing that the former president seemed perfectly comfortable hanging out with his rich celebrities in their extravagant homes when he is raising millions of dollars for his campaign. She thought it was odd he accused Kim and Kanye for influencing a generation of youngsters to be obsessed with wealth and celebrity. Surprisingly, there's actually a few more times where Obama has made his opinions on the family pretty clear. For number 4, we have Chloe Grace Moretz. This actress has actually shared similar opinions as Pink, as she was also vocal about Kim's mirror selfie, which, if you already forgot, showcased the influencer in her birthday suit. Well, after Chloe saw this picture, she responded to the post by tweeting, I truly hope you realize how important setting goals are for young women, teaching them we have so much more to offer than just our bodies. And Kim didn't necessarily like what the actress had to say, which prompted her to respond as she wrote, let's all welcome at Chloe G. Moretz to Twitter, since no one knows who she is. Your nylon cover is cute, boo. Funny because this response was not only sassy, but literally didn't touch on any of the points Chloe called out. I mean, the family themselves are controversial for setting unrealistic body standards and continue to lie about procedures they have received, so this definitely isn't the first or last time they will be shamed for what makes them famous, and that of course is their body. For number 3, we have Kanye West. I can't believe we made it this far down our list without mentioning too much about this rapper. Of course, he dated and married Kim as they share multiple kids together. Although he himself is very controversial, he is also quite outspoken. He has often discussed his disapproval towards Kim's parenting, as he accused her and Kris Jenner for pushing their daughters into the Playboy scene, or in other words, objectifying them. But hold on to that thought because it will come up again in the next point. It's no secret he doesn't like how Kim allows their kids to have social media, but one video in particular he believed was posted to antagonize him. The video was of North wearing makeup on TikTok. He has also leaked text messages between him and Kim, which their children are often a subject of. And during the former couple's custody battle in February 2022, Kanye revealed some big allegations. In his deleted statement that was posted onto Instagram, he stated that Kim accused him of putting a hit out on her, before continuing to type in all caps explaining how he begged to go to his daughter's party, was accused of being on substances, and suddenly was also accused of stealing and wanting to harm Kim. He continued to add, these ideas can lead him or someone to get locked up, as they, in his words, play like that with black men's lives. Obviously, there are plenty of more statements Kanye has shared, but that could also be a video of its own. And for number 2, we have Ray J. He is half the reason why the Kardashians are even relevant, because of the infamous tape he and Kim made back in 2003 that surfaced the internet in 2007. He claims that Kris Jenner was behind the leak, as she apparently watched multiple tapes and chose which one to leak. Ray J told Daily Mail that he never possessed any of the original tapes or any similar films. Instead, he suggested the family has them, and he has never leaked anything. He also said this whole thing was a partnership, and the whole thing has always been a deal between him Kim and Kris since the very beginning. Allegedly, there were also contracts signed by Ray J and the Kardashians for all 3 tapes, and he is tired of having his name dragged and blamed publicly. And to refer back to Kanye's Playboy statement, well, the same year the tapes were out, Kris pressured Kim into doing a photo shoot with Playboy that was captured on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. In fact, Ray J regrets his role in the release, as it was apparently his idea after he saw the response to Paris Hilton's tape. And due to the contract, he wasn't able to speak up and defend himself, as he believes the family wants him to continue to be labeled as the bad guy. But since he has a daughter now, it hurts him to think his daughter is going to go through life thinking her dad was someone he wasn't, which explains why he has begun speaking up on this issue. And for number 1, we have Caitlyn Jenner. Although viewers were able to see the relationship between Kris and Caitlyn, who was formerly known as Bruce before transitioning, they have made it pretty obvious there is a feud between them. Since the former couple separated in 2013, it hasn't been drama-free. In 2015, Caitlyn told Diane she identified as a woman, which apparently was the first time the Kardashian and Jenners heard Caitlyn say that she was transgender. That same year, Caitlyn did a Vanity Fair cover story in which she spoke negatively about her marriage to Kris, and even claimed the reason why they divorced was 20% gender and 80% the way she was treated, before adding how a lot of times Kris wasn't so nice and people would apparently see how Caitlyn was mistreated, as she apparently controlled the money and other responsibilities. And in 2017, she released a tell-all book titled The Secrets of My Life that didn't help the feud going on, because Caitlyn alleges that Kris was definitely not surprised by her transition, as she made it out to be, because Caitlyn apparently told Kris she dressed like a woman, as she did it several times in front of her while they were married. The two never really talk anymore, according to Caitlyn, and if there is communication needed between them, her manager often reaches out to Kris, before admitting that she is quite sad, especially because the former couple went through a lot together.
Kim K's infamous ugly crying face has become an iconic meme on the internet. This memorable facial expression made its debut in the early 2010s on her reality TV show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. One of the most notable instances was during season 2 of Kim and Courtney Take New York in 2012, when she was in tears over her marriage to Kris Humphries, which lasted 72 days. This particular moment quickly became a widely circulated GIF and reaction image due to its hilarity, but the face made a reappearance during season 4 of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, when Kim emotionally discussed her late father. Despite the heartfelt nature of her crying, the face had the unintended effect of adding humor to the moment. It resurfaced again when she famously lost her earring in a Bora Bora pool, a story we'll explore further down the list. These instances serve as reminders that Kim's emotions, whether sincere or dramatic, often become secondary to her very important public image. The release of Kim's intimate tape is a humongous part of her public narrative. While it undoubtedly catapulted her to fame, it remains a source of mixed emotions for her. She's expressed regret about it multiple times over the years. But the tape's exposure was a pivotal moment in Kim's life, one that garnered significant attention on the internet, but not necessarily for the right reasons. Even if you haven't seen the tape, you've likely heard about it, as it became a pop culture sensation, not just back then, but to this day. It serves as a strong reminder that not all paths to stardom are filled with pride and satisfaction. Instead, this moment in Kim's life highlights the dichotomy of fame, where a single incident can lead you to both fame and regret. Kim Kardashian's attempt to wear Marilyn Monroe's legendary dress to the Met Gala sparked global outrage. The dress was originally tailored to Monroe's unique body shape and was quite literally a garment of historical significance. Kim's decision to wear it to a modern event was seen by many as an act of disrespect towards an icon of beauty and fashion, and a slap in the face to Monroe's legacy. That's not to mention the subsequent damage to the dress, which includes lost gems, pearls, a split zipper, and broken stitches, which only added to the embarrassment for not only her, but those who had to tailor the dress for her. This situation underscores the importance of acknowledging the cultural and historical context of certain artifacts and fashion pieces. It's a stark example of what can happen when the pursuit of attention and shock value overshadows your respect for the past. Kim Kardashian's encounters with Anna Wintour, the highly influential editor-in-chief of Vogue, have been far from smooth, revealing the nuanced dynamics within the realms of both fashion and celebrity culture. One of the most notable interactions between the two was the controversial decision to feature Kim and Kanye on the cover of Vogue, which sparked considerable public backlash. In response to the criticism, Winter utilized her trademark wit to address the situation. She suggested that continuously featuring tasteful celebrities on magazine covers could lead to monotony. This instance shows the deliberate provocations that often accompany decisions within the fashion and celebrity world, where calculated choices can stir both admiration and outrage. But that's not it. Another chapter in the Kim Winter saga unfolded during Paris Fashion Week when Kim arrived at an event 50 minutes late and engaged in disruptive behavior. This occasion marked a display of indifference from Winter, who appeared in photographs with her arms crossed and facing away from Kim. This shows a huge sense of disapproval and hinted at a lack of tolerance for Kim's interesting behavior. I mean, this is a celebrity of Kim's stature. This shows that it's a powerful reminder that not everyone within the fashion world is bedazzled by the cult of celebrity. Not even amidst the glitz and glamour of high-profile events, punctuality and decorum are expected, regardless of how famous you are. I mean, it shows that in the eyes of certain figures, like Anna Wintour, respect and admiration must be earned through actions and not merely granted based on celebrity status. I mean, it adds a level of authenticity to a world often associated with being superficial. The televised proposal of Kim K and Kris Humphries shows that it's a compelling case study that shows the intricate ways in which reality television can influence and script even the most intimate and personal moments in a person's life. I mean, this proposal was broadcast to millions of viewers as part of Kim's reality show, but it shows the extent of what these shows can orchestrate and manipulate into what would have been a deeply personal event. Humphries himself admitted that he initially envisioned a private and intimate setting for the proposal, one free from the intrusion of cameras and the pressures of a scripted narrative. However, the reality TV show machinery had different plans, pushing the couple to stage the proposal in a manner that would captivate and entertain the audience. This revelation came to light during their official divorce proceedings, where Kris divulged that certain scenes related to the proposal and wedding were not as spontaneous as they might have appeared. To Kim's dissatisfaction, her initial reaction was deemed less than ideal, necessitating the recreation of the proposal for a more dramatic effect. This shows what a fine line that reality TV treads between authenticity and scripted entertainment. It shows the pressure placed on individuals to conform to a narrative designed for ratings, often at the expense of their genuine emotions and desires. It underscores the challenges of maintaining a sense of reality in an industry where drama often takes precedence over genuine unscripted moments. Not even reality TV, but TV as a whole, the lines have been blurred between truth and entertainment. It's strategically rearranged to serve the demands of whoever's watching. The infamous flower bombing incident occurred during a red carpet event, which generated widespread headlines. However, it was later revealed that the whole incident was a completely organized publicity stunt. The Kardashians confirmed the planned nature of the event in their documentary, undermining the initial impression that Kim had been caught off guard. Her claim of ignorance and shock at the time, which she expressed as the craziest and most unexpected thing to happen to her, raised questions about the authenticity of the incident. In reality, her media team had discussed the event beforehand, ensuring that she was well aware of what would occur. The incident allowed her to make headlines for both her new perfume line and the flower bombing itself, highlighting how celebrity events are carefully orchestrated just to garner media coverage. Kim's venture into the realm of promoting diet-reducing candies shed light on her profound disconnection from the everyday realities of her audience. Her endorsement of these candies, which claim to induce a feeling of fullness and support extended periods of fasting, immediately ignited a firestorm of criticism and controversy. The episode which it was featured in became a poignant example of how a celebrity's actions can inadvertently perpetrate harmful societal norms and insensitivity to crucial health-related issues. Critics were quick to pounce on Kim's promotion of such products, arguing that her actions indirectly supported the toxic diet culture that has plagued modern society. By endorsing candies that promise to suppress hunger and enable prolonged fasting, she seemed to endorse behaviors that could potentially lead to eating disorders, which is a huge concern for public health. In an era where public figures are subject to heightened scrutiny, this instance underlines the glaring lack of sensitivity to the possible repercussions of one's endorsements. It is essential to acknowledge that Kim Kardashian's intentions might have been benign, but believing she was offering her audience a solution to their body issues and weight is a big problem. The episode as a whole underscores the importance of considering the broader implications of doing something that might be viewed as benign. Celebrities, knowingly or not, hold a position of influence that reaches millions of people. Therefore, their actions and endorsements can significantly impact societal perceptions attitudes, and behaviors. This is a valuable lesson in understanding the evolving roles of celebrities in shaping societal perspectives. It highlights the immense responsibility that comes with fame and the need to exercise great care and consideration when using your platform to endorse products or promote practices that can profoundly affect the well-being and mental health of individuals. Kim Kardashian's dramatic reaction to losing her $75,000 earring during a vacation in Bora Bora became a memorable moment in her public narrative. The incident raised several questions, primarily concerning her choice to wear such valuable earrings during a tropical vacation. Wearing expensive jewelry in a pool, where the earring could easily be retrieved, appeared impractical to many. The incident's conclusion, with Caitlyn Jenner diving down 10 feet to recover the earring, adding a layer of potential fakeness to the entire episode. This instance showcases how Kim's lifestyle and actions often defy the expectations of ordinary individuals. It's a reminder of the lavishness of her life and the unconventional situations that result from it. It also shows the contrast between the experiences of the super wealthy and the everyday challenges faced by the majority. I mean, even small dilemmas can become larger than life spectacles with Kim Kardashian. In 2019, she found herself at the center of a firestorm of controversy when she attempted to brand her shapewear bodysuit as a kimono. This seemingly innocuous branding choice sent shockwaves through the public and was widely perceived as an act of cultural appropriation that demonstrated disrespect towards Japanese culture. Kim's decision to redefine a traditional Japanese garment, which holds deep cultural significance, struck a chord of discord and generated intense backlash. The backlash Kim faced was rooted in a widespread feeling of insensitivity and a disregard for cultural heritage. Accusations of cultural appropriation rang loud, and many felt that she was casually co-opting an integral part of Japanese culture for her personal gain. The global response to Kim's rebranding attempt was swift and vocal, with activists and the general public calling her out for her actions. This showed the potential consequences that celebrities may face for their cultural insensitivity. Ultimately, faced with mounting pressure and the undeniable public outcry, Kim Kardashian made the decision to rename her product line to Skims. This ended up being a positive for Kim Kardashian, as Skims recently partnered with the NBA, but it still demonstrated that individuals, even high-profile celebrities, can no longer act with impunity in a globalized world where actions and decisions have far-reaching implications. Kim Kardashian's controversial interview with Variety raised questions and anger about her remarks, which were perceived as hypocritical. She suggested that the best advice for women in business was to get up and work, seemingly disregarding the complex dynamics of the modern workplace. Her comments seemed out of touch with the realities faced by working women. She appeared to imply that women weren't already working hard. Her statement brought attention to the need for public figures to be mindful of their words, especially on topics as sensitive as gender and labor. Recognizing the value of empathy and understanding the challenges that women encounter in the workforce is essential in a time when issues of gender equality and diversity take center stage in public discourse. Her subsequent public apology on Good Morning America reflected an awareness of the potential consequences of her statements and serves as a reminder that even celebrities can learn from their mistakes and acknowledge the impact of their words.
At number 10 is Bethany Frankel. The television personality, entrepreneur, and author has done her fair share of calling out the Kardashians' offbeat behavior. In September of 2022, she spoke out about the Kardashian-Jenner family's irresponsible and reckless use of photo editing on social media, calling it destructive. She added in an article with TMZ, "The more we see of these images, the more we think they're real. It becomes a false ideal. It's not inspirational, not aspirational, and it creates eating disorders, insecurity, and depression. It's a serious thing." Frankel also threw some shade at Courtney Kardashian's sponsored wedding, ending with her taking Kim's side in the feud. In a TikTok, the Real Housewives of New York alum announced that she's on Team Kim amid the sisters' Dolce & Gabbana debacle. In the video, she says, "So Courtney's commercial, aka Wedding by Dolce & Gabbana, was sponsored. Everybody was dressed, the trip was paid for, Kris Jenner grabbed every lira off the ground she could grab. Then Kim ended up doing a campaign with Dolce that was oddly familiar. Although Courtney is upset with Kim for partnering with the fashion house just months after her own Dolce-themed wedding, Frankel argues that the Poosh founder wouldn't have been offered the opportunity without her younger sister saying, Kim was the one who laid the groundwork for all the Kardashians and the Jenners. She said, so she who makes the gold makes the rules. Dolce is gonna want Kim. She's the most famous Kardashian." She continued, "Private planes don't grow on trees. Kris is gonna grab all those nickels she can get and get all those deals. Don't hate the player, hate the game." At number 9 is Shayna Moakler, a model and celebrity Big Brother contestant better known for sharing her now ex-husband Travis Barker with Courtney Kardashian. For some context, Shayna and Travis were married from 2004 to 2006 and share a 17-year-old son named Alabama and 19-year-old son Landon, and Shayna's 24-year-old daughter from a previous marriage, Atiana. All three of their kids are super close to Travis. It's no secret or shock that Shayna isn't a huge fan of the Kardashians, more specifically Courtney, whom Travis married in 2022, having 3 kids of her own with him, Mason, Penelope, and Rain, all of whom now live as a blended family with her, Travis, and his children. Shayna claims that since their union, Courtney has put a wedge in her relationship with her kids and said that her family is broken because of the Kardashians. In an interview with TMZ, Shayna said, "My family's broken because of this family, and now my kids are alienated from each other because of another sister in this family." She continued by clarifying, "I don't care about Travis and Courtney in any capacity whatsoever. All I care about are my children, mending and healing my relationship with my children and moving forward. I don't even think twice about them." At number 8 is Kim Kardashian. Sisterly love is oftentimes confusing. The two have been reported to get into fights so bad it left both of them bleeding, which isn't incredibly surprising for sisters, but maybe for sisters who are also adults. In more recent events, the sisters' new topic to fight about is their matching Dolce & Gabbana brand deals. Just 4 months after the brand hosted Courtney's wedding in May of 2022, Kim decided to work with the designer joining the fashion show of theirs, which prompted Courtney to accuse Kim of using her wedding as a business opportunity. Even if she was, obviously, this drama is a business opportunity. Do you think we're dumb? In last week's episode, Courtney broke down in tears as she claimed Kim had chosen business over family and only sees dollar signs. She said, "This isn't even really about business for me. It's just like, this is my wedding. While we were at our wedding, Kim was having these conversations with Dolce and I didn't know about it." She continued saying, "I feel like there's such an abundance of opportunities. It's not about business. There's just so much and it takes precedence over hurting your sister. It's legit copying my wedding." Kim's rebuttal to this was saying, "Oh, she got so mad. She said, 'You're trying to copy me.'" Kim recounts, "She always tries to hate on the side. She's such a hater," while also adding that Courtney has copied her countless times, so she doesn't understand why this is such a big deal. Khloe Kardashian sided with Kim, who called Courtney jealous and says that she needs to be left to pout in the corner. "I don't know where this is coming from, but it's okay. You let someone pout in the corner, you don't entertain it, and you move on because you don't get jealous of your family," she says. At number 7 is gynecologists. Gynecologists hate her. Now, not a celebrity, but probably the most important person is speaking out about Courtney on this list. Dr. Jen Gunter, a gynecologist and author, called out Kourtney Kardashian's recent vitamin grift and the conspiracy surrounding genital odor. For $30, you can receive a non-FDA approved vitamin C gum with empty claims. Gunter says, "Anyone who suggests that you aren't fresh or need to be improved is a misogynist and awful person." Maddie Dan, a 30-year-old UK doctor, also speaks about sexual health on TikTok, told BBC Newsbeat that she's worried that Lemmy Purr will trick consumers into thinking that it's entirely normal functions or problems. She added that there's no such thing as unclean feminine parts, and considering that they self-clean. At number 6 is Scott Disick. Courtney's ex-husband, who she divorced amidst cheating rumors, is apparently not too happy with how Courtney handled Father's Day this year. According to new reports, Disick was hurt by the Kardashians' pregnancy reveal over Father's Day weekend, even though he was informed of the pregnancy before the announcement was made. The Daily Mail reports that while Disick is over Courtney, the fact that she didn't acknowledge him over Father's Day weekend, instead only hearing from her a pregnancy announcement, hurt him, unsurprisingly. But you know, finding out he was cheating probably didn't feel very nice for her. The Daily Mail reported that Scott has known for a minute that Courtney was pregnant. He found out through her family, who didn't want him to be caught off guard. Although Scott is over Courtney, it felt like a jab in the heart when Scott was with his kids yesterday and saw Courtney's Father's Day post. To mention Travis and her dad but leave out the father of her own children was completely disrespectful. She knows what an amazing father he is to her kids, and she could have at least had an inkling of decency. He did not get a text message, phone call, or anything. At number 5 is Selena Gomez. Amidst the vague and unneeded drama between Hailey Bieber and Selena Gomez over a TikTok video where Hailey allegedly referenced the fact that Selena being body shamed was due to God's timing, as well as Selena posting a video saying that she accidentally laminated her brows too much. Hours later, Kylie posting a FaceTime screenshot with Hailey focusing on her brows with the caption, "This was an accident?" over her own eyebrows. This all caused the internet to refer to Hailey and Kylie as mean girls. Aren't we all adults? Why is this even happening right now? Anyway, Courtney decided that it was her duty to choose a side in the mess, doing so through her new promo video for her latest product, where she used Selena's song "The Heart Wants What It Wants" behind a TikTok showing off the product. Whether or not the use of this song is purely a coincidence remains unknown, but fans think it meant that Courtney had chosen to be on Team Selena in the feud with Kylie Jenner and Hailey. Eventually, the internet hate toward Hailey got so bad, including multiple threats against the model, causing Selena to release a message telling everybody to calm down. At number 4 is Corey Gamble. The internet personality and Kris Jenner's current boo has been part of the Kardashian-Jenner family since 2014. While his relationship with Kris seems to have been pretty stable over the past 6 years, he and the other Kardashian-Jenners have had quite dramatic spats. Recently, fans have noticed that Corey and Kylie seem particularly close, yet his relationship with Courtney or the rest of the sisters isn't so strong. But it hasn't always been like that. Up until last year, Corey and Courtney reportedly shared a friendship despite the arguments he had with her sisters. Courtney and Corey famously fell out in 2019 after Corey and Scott Disick argued over how to discipline Courtney's daughter Penelope. When Penelope scratched a nanny, Corey reacted by strongly suggesting that they spank her as punishment, saying that if Penelope were to scratch me, I'm whipping her, and later adding, "Give her a spanking for sure." The whole thing turned into a huge huge argument in a public restaurant, with Courtney finally saying, "He will never be with my kids alone, and if he does it in front of any of us, there will be an issue." At number 3 is Kris Jenner. Courtney's safe from no one's opinions, especially not her mother's. Kris took a brutal jab at Kourtney Kardashian during her oldest daughter's tense feud with her rival sister Kim. During the preview of an upcoming episode of The Kardashians, Kris was shown delivering a toast at Kim's 42nd birthday dinner, telling Kim, "You are pretty much the leader of our family." And although this is true, this caused Courtney to look at Travis, obviously annoyed with the fact that Kris made the comment. This came about during the feud Courtney was having with Kim about the aforementioned Dolce & Gabbana drama, and this comment made by Kris made it clear whose side the momager was on. Our runner-up is Khloe Kardashian. The second of her sisters on the list come from Khloe's comments revealing she won't let her daughter True Thompson have sleepovers at her auntie Courtney's house. This is more than comfort levels. Of course you get to choose where your child goes, but admitting this publicly puts a smear on Courtney's name. However, Courtney knew that this was going to come up because she asked Khloe when she was hooked up to a lie detector test. During the lie detector interview hosted by Vanity Fair, Courtney grilled Khloe from everything about her ex-partner Tristan to what she thought about her wedding dress. Then she inquired about the aforementioned sleepover, saying, "Are you ever going to let True sleep over at my house?" To which Khloe replied, "Probably not." Courtney then said, "And is this because we have too much fun?" To which Khloe simply said, "No." Courtney replying, "What is the reason then?" And Khloe saying, "I don't think we have enough time on this show for what the reason is." Previously, Khloe explained on the Ellen DeGeneres show that she likes True to have a lot of boundaries, and it comes from being a strict parent. She also added that not all of her siblings are the same, but neglected to say which ones were worse than others, although it seems pretty clear that she may not trust Courtney all that much. Our number 1 spot goes to Kourtney Kardashian's ex-boyfriend Yoon's Benjamin, who she dated for a year in 2018. After Courtney branded him as toxic and negative on her show, while in a discussion with Khloe, who asked, "Do you think he may have been a bit negative for you?" Courtney saying, "Yeah." She also admitted that her ex still texts her occasionally, but added, "I'm feeling really content with my own way of life." After hearing this, Yoon's felt the need to take to social media to defend himself. In a text post he made to his Instagram story, he said, he made a vague reference to the words said about him and said, "Do yourself a favor, surround yourself with those who speak of visions, ideas, goals, and growth, not those who sit and gossip about others. And if you do find yourself in that situation, excuse yourself and walk away. The game ends when you choose to leave such a gathering."